So Joel's got an excellent question here. Composite blending mode not working with planar tracking element. Not exactly sure what type of compositing the Joel was trying to do, but I will try to set up an example and a workaround for that example. First of all, so I need to place a tracker on this particular video clip here. And so I will go to the AI tools, I will go to planar tracking, and I have a stationary target that's not going to move. So I'm going to go ahead and choose advanced, and I'm going to set it to low so that the tracking will go extremely fast. I'll go ahead and move my corners up to my pinpoints to the various corners. Now I'm not going to do a very exact thing here, and I'm going to try to leave a little green border as a frame. Obviously you would be more careful in placing yours. But that's going to be my basic plane that I want to add something to. So I'm going to go ahead and track that, and I'm just going to click this, and we're tracking. And when it's done, you will see that there will be a little blue line right here at the top indicating that there is a tracker attached to this particular video clip. Okay, and where it started, there's a keyframe. You can actually add different keyframes into it. We're not going to get into that. Now, if I'm just to take a basic video clip here and place it, I'm going to go ahead and match the media. I'm having a little issue with this here. Now, if I go ahead and attach this video clip to the tracker that I have, it's located right here. It's now attached. But already things that I want to do here have been turned off. In other words, I can go to video basic, but I can't go to speed. Speed has been turned off because it's attached to the tracker. So I can no longer change this. So I would assume that what he's talking about is this. He's trying to use some sort of composition. Although I do see that it is available here already, so it could be done. But I'm not quite sure here. Let's move this over. Certainly the opacity is working. Let's see. Difference. I guess she's right. There's nothing happening here to this, so this is true. But this isn't really doing much anyway. So I'm going to show a different way to use compositing just for fun and to make this a worthwhile example. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and delete this. We're going to go back to our tracking tool, and we'll go over to AI, and we will turn that back to none. We will delete this. Okay, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and disable this for now. So I'm going to right click and disable, or I could have just clicked the eyeball right here and disable as well. But this clip is disabled for the time being. And I'm going to build my own little compositing type clip. And I've already built it, but I'm going to go ahead and build it from scratch. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my video clip back down here. And I'm going to keep the project settings. In this case, I'm going to change the speed before I do anything else. I'm just going to put 0.5. It makes it a little bit too long for what I want to do. I want to keep everything at 5 seconds, so I'll just do that. Now, I'm going to take stock media. I'm going to take the black color, and I'm going to add that above it. And then above that, I'm going to add a title. And I'm just going to use the default title here. And I'll add that in. See, everything's nice and neat 5 seconds here. So what the heck happened there? Okay, let's just move this up for a second. Let's move back to home. And let's move this guy in place. Let's move this guy in place. And look at that. We actually didn't even make that 5 seconds. Okay, everything aligns. Now we have our title. However, the title, I'm going to change it to a big fat title, and Rockwell extra bold is good. And I'm going to go ahead and scale that down. and something like this. Okay, nice fat title. Okay, I'm not going to change anything to the title here, but I mean, obviously you would do that. So now I have my basic setup. And what I'm going to do is, in the old days, we would actually export this and then import it again. But now with the advent of compound clips, we can just create a compound clip. And I'm going to create a compound clip. It's going to be called 3 because I already got a 1 and 2. So now that's a compound clip. To this compound clip, however, I didn't want to really go into it. And look at that, I double-clicked on it. That went into the detail. And if I click the little house, I will go back to the main timeline. But what we want to do is we want to play with the compositing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a keyframe for this, for the size, and for the composition. And I'm going to choose multiply. What's cool about that is when you can see that my video is visible in the background. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Now I'm going to change the scale of this, and so I'm going to move up to about here, and in that duration I'm going to change this to 3000, which is the maximum I can do by sliding over this way. 3000, and let's see, let's find a T. Okay, all right, we still have some stuff here. You know, maybe if I had a little less than 2. No, I'm going to keep it at 3000. Okay, but it's not a complete picture. And I'm also going to click here again to make sure that we're still at 100%. And I'm going to move it just a little bit more. And I'm going to change the opacity to 0. And now I've faded out. And that gives us our basic scene there where the letters get big and then they fade away. And that's the way they do it in the big time movies. Okay. Now, we can only add one thing to the tracker, and so that's a little bit of an issue. So in other words, we need to combine these two. So we combine them, and we take our compound clip number 3 and add our video to it, and we create another compound clip, and that becomes number 4. Okay, so now we got compound clip number 4, which has our fantastic title that has the composition used in it, and we want to add it to our video clip here, and this is where the issue comes in. So now we will re-enable the video clip, and we will go to that, and we're going to have to click around a little bit here because I noticed that this creates an issue. But now I'm down on my tracker. I'm going to go to my AI tools, and I'm going to go select the video clip. And look at that. The compound clip number 4 is not here. And this is where we go old school. Okay, we'll go ahead and disable this clip again. And what we're going to do is we're simply going to export the compound clip. We're going to make that into a video clip that we can use. So we hit export, and we'll just say clip 4. C4 for clip 4, and we're going to go ahead and export that, and that only took a second. So now we're going to go ahead and import our media file, and we find it right here, clip number 4, open. Okay, so we got C4 here. We know this compound clip doesn't work for us, so we're going to take that off. I probably should have disconnected it first, but I'm going to put this other one in. And then we're going to re-enable this, and we're going to go to the Planar Tracker, which has nothing connected to it, and we're going to import C4. And there we have our nice title, and it works perfectly within the frame. And that's how you would work around that issue. Now, I agree with Joel. It would be nice if the people at Wondershare would just go ahead and allow you to put in, compound clips so that you could do it all in one operation without the export. But there is a workaround.